Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, coming at you with the final round of Grand Arena Championships 3 vs 3. This is week 3, and like I said, it's the final round. I'm up against a really good player, Blade Baca. He scored high in one of the previous championships, I think like number 2 in Kyber and all of Division 1. So he's a really solid player, really smart guy. I was definitely excited and nervous to be against him. And if you'll look at the board, you can see that he's already done his attacks and he's set a really high bar. Honestly, I've never been that efficient in all the times that I've played this, but I was willing to give it a shot and see what I could do. So let's dive into it. First, I'll show you guys the top up here. He's got a Poggle team with some droids. He's got a Daka-led Night Sister team. He's got a Obi-Wan, Zaris, and Wampa. And then he's got Bosk-led bounty hunters, Dengar and Cad Bane there. But we're going to start off by going south. He's got his toughest teams as of right now out there. He's got a Jedi Knight Revan team, a General Grievous team, and then his Genosians there. All pretty well geared and got some relics on them. So we're going to start taking those out and see what he's got waiting in the back. I kind of know what he's got waiting in the back because I looked at his GAC history, and he seems to like his teams. But they're tough teams. It's like, even if I already know what's in the back, look at the points that he got. I mean, I lose more on ships than he's lost over the whole map. So even if I know exactly what's back there, I still got to be laser focused getting through the rest of these teams. So let's give it a shot. We'll jump in and take out the Jedi Revan team. So for his Jedi Revan, I wanted to make sure I got it down, and I was pretty sure I could use my Darth Revan leftovers on his Jedi Revan, and that would allow me to save my own Padme and Jedi Revan for later for the other teams that I want to use them on. So this is what I got left. I've got my Bastilla Fallen on defense under EP, and I've got my Malik on defense, and I'll show you those teams, but this is what I've got. So I just call it my DR leftovers, and you can see that I'm getting there. I just got Jolie left to take out, and he's not too big a deal, so get him out. Got 52 banners for that. Okay, good enough. Going into the fight with General Grievous, normally I like to use my JKR here, but I just had a feeling that's what he wants me to do, and I know that CLS works, and I'll go ahead and use him here, and you can see that they can take a bit of a beating. They're all 3 Relic 7, so they're pretty stacked. I don't have to worry in that regard to them getting knocked out easily, but you don't have a way to direct focus and focus down Grievous. You're just kind of at the mercy of how the chips roll. So I had to take out the 2 side droids, and then now I'm going after Grievous. There we go. I was able to get 52 banners there. And then the last one is his Geos. And looking at his history, this is a team he likes to run, but his mods are way better than mine. Look, they're going after Traya first thing, and my Traya is not nearly as strong as I thought she was. So I'm going to work on that. Neither is my Scion. I looked at his Traya and Scion, and they are tailor-made for going against Geos. It's very impressive. He's got them both Relic 7 and top modded just to cut through Geos so that he can duo, and you don't get that extra point loss from having to take a third like the Sith Empire Trooper and losing that third. It's going to cost you in banners. So his roster is kind of built for maxing efficiency in Grand Arena, which is really impressive. And I'm glad to see that and see kind of the strategies that he's using. And so I went with Trey here, went with Sun. I got to gamble a little bit to try to do the best that I can and put up a good showing. I only got 51 banners there, but at least I made it through and open up the back, and we'll see what's back there. And just as I thought, I mean, it's nearly identical to his GAC history. Like I expected the EP with Bastilla there. I expected his Darth Revan leftovers, and I expected the Newt team with Malak there. Those are teams he likes to use, and I definitely can understand why. They're going to take a lot of banners off and cause you to fail if you didn't save the right things from up front. So I'm going to try them one by one. The first thing I saw was that one of his previous opponents had used Jedi Revan to take out the Darth Revan leftovers, but I've not done that before, so I have no idea exactly how it should go. Like who you're supposed to take out first. What do you do? I went after Marauder just because he can hit hard, and I didn't want him to one-shot somebody. I was hoping I could kind of take him out right away and then not have to deal with him instantly KOing somebody. So I did get him out. Now it's down, 2 to my 3, and things seem to be going okay. Trying to focus after HK next. There's not really a way to go after Darth Revan, and so right there you can see he feared my team, and that just that doesn't help at all. My whole team's feared, can't do anything. Trying to go after HK, now I'm getting shocked, and I just am not getting direct focus to come back around where I can increase cooldowns and take somebody else out. It's a little bit frustrating. I didn't get Yoda's big hit right there, and that HK grenade just knocked out my Revan, which was frustrating. Right there, I didn't KO HK, which I think honestly that would have helped. But then I got feared, then I got shocked, then HK used his big hit to take out my guys there, and now you see it's just down to Yoda like there's nothing. So that went to hell. Nothing I can do there. But I'm not going to try that team again. I'm going to move on to the next team. Now that I for sure will lose the round, I wanted to test out the counters that I had originally planned just to see if they would work, or, if the strategy would hold any water. And I didn't want to waste this one on cleaning up Darth Revan. I wanted to plan and proceed ahead as if I had gotten through there. So I went ahead and took Bastilla lead, got Old Ben, and then Ezra there against the EP team. I started off by going after Darkside Bastilla first. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have tried to get EP out just because he's gear 12 and she is gear 13. He would have probably went down easier, and then I would have had at least a little bit of a numbers advantage. But maybe I shouldn't have taken Old Ben either. I was just looking at different ways to attack this team, and an interesting thing is, since I knew he set this team, I wanted to see what he would do to pass it. And so he was kind enough to send me his battles, and I'll actually be putting those together in kind of a flip side video for you guys and showing you what he used to take out my teams. You can see it's not going very well with this Bastilla, and so that strategy just didn't pan out for me. But he used a similar team, and he was able to overcome. So we'll take a look at that a little bit later in another video. So I'll move on to the next team, his Newt team, and he's got Malak in there, and I can definitely see how that can be an issue. The one kind of saving grace, I guess, is that his Malak is a purple Malak, so not very strong. I think it would have been a lot different if he had a Relic 7 Malak there. But as it is, I took my General Skywalker with Ahsoka Tano and my ARC Trooper, and that's what I had left. I figured maybe they could take this team out, so I wanted to give it a shot. And since he had a purple Malak that kept getting down in health, kind of being eager to die, I'm trying to get him out of there, and then I don't have to worry about him draining life or anything like that. It gets quite a bit easier without him. So took him out. Now I'm just going after Newt. Got him out of there. He's not going to revive. And now I just got Dooku to worry about. So right there, Ahsoka's good because she assists every time you do something, pay the extortion or use special. So I was able to take them out for 51 banners. Now we're going to go up top because the last thing down the bottom is a Karth team. And I'm not going to waste counters on that yet. I want to see about getting to his ships. So this is one thing I really wanted to try. Normally I would try and use JTR here because that's a good counter to bounty hunters. But if I'm already losing, I might as well use the opportunity to test some things. I could have sent in Nest versus Obi-Wan team, and it probably would have done quite well. But I really wanted to see if this Relic 5 Nest, built for heavy tenacity, could overcome on if you could send it in against a 3-man boss team. So one of the things that you can see right away, and I sped it up so you don't have to sit through all this, is that she keeps getting tenacity down. And every time you get tenacity down, that just erases all the tenacity you have, period. So she has 145% tenacity. And that means nothing with tenacity down on there. Then they can stun her and, she'll end up losing her turn, all that. She's not getting the counterattacks in like she should. So she's barely getting any counterattacks in at all. And so I thought, great, this is real good that, she's stuck. I'm going to end up timing out. You can see I flipped auto on. So that way when she can move, she'll at least do so automatically. But here's something interesting, and I want to slow this down here. She goes and she counterattacks Cad Bane, and then the second hit is an 86k hit that just KOs him. Okay, that's one less person to deal with, and he's responsible for a lot of the stuns, so that's great. Now he's only going to be getting stunned. She's only going to get stunned half as often, and there's still a couple minutes left on the clock, so I'm getting a little hopeful at this point because they don't really do a whole lot of damage, even with their contract and everything. They're just there to make you time out if things don't go well, or they can overcome against a weaker team. But against Nest, they can't really do enough damage to knock her out. So let me slow it down again here, and you can check this part out. You can see her doing counterattacks. Right there, she goes after Dengar, 100k hit. Knocks him out. Now she's not going to be getting that tenacity down. So don't have to worry about that. Now it's just her against Bosk. And eventually she's going to build up enough and get a big hit in and be able to take him out. And you can see it now. He's down to just health. And she takes him out. And I get 56 banners for that. So I was pretty impressed that she was able to overcome there. And I didn't lose any banners by throwing in Kira or Hermit Yoda that would have died anyway. And it saves you from having to take CLS or another good team to take out those bounty hunters. So definitely some good tests in there. I was glad I got to try that out. The next team we're going to go against is these Night Sisters. And since they got Acolyte in there, I didn't want to take my Executioner. Normally I use Crew with Watt and Executioner because his damage will ramp up and he'll be able to knock him out, permanently. But you need that AoE with Acolyte to be able to reach her when she's under stealth. So Wampa's damage will ramp up, and Wampa has a good AoE. So that's going to be good for me. I figured I'll give it a shot. I don't really use him anywhere else, so I'm throw him in this team. I'll still use Crew as my tank, and you can see that the battle flow is pretty similar. Watt goes, you throw the taunting tech on Crew. That way he'll keep taking up all the hits. And then Wampa, when he does get hit, can counterattack. From Daka when she does that stun and it's like a multi-hit, he can at least counterattack. And then he's still going to ramp up his damage and health and everything. He's got the Zeta. So every time I do that roar, he's going to power up and get strong, be able to eventually knock out Acolyte with an AoE. And she's not going to be able to revive because he's got that weapons mod tech on him. So right there you can see that he was strong enough to get her into the yellow, not quite enough to get the job done yet, but he's getting there. And I'm knocking down Zombie, being able to kill Zombie and try and get her to stop moving, and then that way I can focus on Daka and focus on Acolyte, get Daka out of the picture. I don't have to worry about stuns, and she's not going to be able to revive, but just healing up, being a little bit of a pain. So I got a hit in on Daka, trying to go after her. Got her down low enough that she was able to die from a dot, so she's not going to revive there through zombie. Done with that. And that AoE took out Acolyte. So there we go, 54 banners for that team. Pretty pleasantly surprised how that worked out. And then I'm taking my Padme against this Poggle droid team. He's got B2 and he's got Droidica on there. Poggle lead helps them out a little bit, but not against Padme. Obviously, this is one of the top counters in the game, can take out a wide variety of teams. Maybe I should have used this one down south against the EP team. Maybe that would have been better. And use maybe a Bastille lead team up here. I mean, once you get a plan, it's tough because you kind of get stuck to your plan and think, this is the way I should go. And it's kind of hard to think about changing it. But you only get one shot at it. And so that's what I chose. And it's not like you can use your hindsight and do it over again. So now here I am just cleaning up this Poggle droid team. Got Droidica there taking a shot. Still got the damage immunity, so I can't really do anything. But I'm stacking up protection on my team, trying to make them so that when they do get a hit in, I can get this finished. So not a whole lot of action to see here. I'm just going to take out Droidica and be done with this team. So done with that. 52 banners there. And I got one more team I'm going to take out here. I'm going to use JTR with BB-8 and R2. And I looked at what I had left. Like, I have Thrawn, I have Nihilus. Thought about taking something like that in because that would surely win. But I wanted to see if JTR would be able to take these guys out just because it seemed like it's a lesser team, if that makes sense. And I'm always interested in finding out what's kind of a budget team that I can use to take something out and save my overpowered characters for later, because I'm not going to be able to use this JTR to clean up any of my mess in that back south wall, so I might as well use them here if I can and get through. So that's what I'm doing. I was able to take out Wampa, keep him stunned, keep him on the sideline so he can't really do anything, and then now I just got Obi-Wan and Zaris left to deal with. And that's not too big a deal with the stuns that R2 provides. And then being able to put that locked healing immunity on. I was able to just take Zaris out of the picture. And now it's just Obi-Wan. I could honestly throw this on auto and let them do their thing. But I didn't. I just wanted to finish it out and attack him on my own. He's got relics on Obi-Wan. He told me already it's because he uses the Obi-Wan with CLS to take out General Skywalker. Relic 7 team, so I'm the same way. I've got our Relic 3 Obi-Wan that I gotta fit in somewhere. So yeah, it's tough finding a place for everybody. But I was able to take his out with 53 banners. So I think that was pretty good. Got done with that team. Now I open up the back here to see what fleet he's got. And I expect nothing less. His 7-star negotiator back here waiting for me with the hardest comp, which is Anakin and Ahsoka with Houndstooth in the starting lineup, for me at least. And like I said, I expect nothing less of my opponent, a worthy opponent, to take advantage of my hatred for fleet and know that I would struggle on negotiator. And I thought about setting mine in back. I put some junkie ships in back. I really thought about leaving that for him in case he did that to me. And then maybe we would both get stuck. But I don't know. It seems like a dick move since it would come back to the ground game. And I figured he would definitely get me there. So props to him. He put that there. I did struggle. You can see I cleaned it up with my Falcon fleet after that. Things did not go my way, but I was able to at least get it down. So there's that. We'll go down south now and tackle the rest of those teams, or at least try to, and I'll show you kind of some of the things I tried. So first up, one of the things I wanted to try was this Karth team, and since points didn't matter, I wanted to try my Imperial Troopers against it. I figured if I could take out Mission first and get the quick kill, then I could take out Karth and go from there. And it is risky because you can do it in 5v5, but it's much easier when you have those extra support characters to help. And here in 3v3, you just don't have the firepower to be able to take those guys out quick enough, get that turn meter train rolling. So I figured I'd give it a shot while I had the chance, just so I know if I can get a budget counter to these Karth teams. Like I told you, I wanted to find some different stuff. So after that, I wanted to see about cleaning up this Darth Revan team. And so I took in Thrawn and Nihilus, and I took IPD just at the worst case chance maybe I can blow something up. And that way I can at least take out one character and go from there. Fortunately, I was able to take out HK, and using Fracture, I was able to sideline Darth Revan just enough, you know, drain force him and take him out. So it seems like that was a little bit overpowered of a cleanup for these guys. Wish I would have had some of that saved. But here's the Karth team. I tried a couple other things. You know, they didn't pan out, so it was finally time to clean it up. And I had left turn meter. I meant to retreat. I left some turn meter on there. Took out a little bit of protection, but this team works. I think it could work straight from the get-go. I'll have to test a little more, but I got Vader, Death Trooper, and Shore. I'm trying to find characters that I don't normally use because I got a lot of leftovers, odds and ends, and I want to find a place for them in 3v3, you know, get some use out of them. Can't be relying on all the top counters all the time for everything. You know, I can't use JTR or First Order all the time for these. So I wanted to take these guys out with something different, see if I can find a home for them. And it seems to be working. Once you can get one down, Death Mark from Death Trooper really helps you to be able to clear the board. So that's what I'm using. And I got Vader in there just in case I can get dots to land. So struggled there, got 19 banners for that. But again, that doesn't matter. That's it. I left his EP team standing. I did try a couple other cleanups on that, but nothing that will make a significant dent, you know, and they regain too much health and protection, and nothing I have will get to move to be able to do anything. So that's the way it's going to leave it. You know, he got me. Definitely took me to school on that one. I learned a lot, but he did kindly send me video clips of the majority of all of his fights. He meant to record all of them, but he got most of them for me, and he did give me permission, so I'm actually going to stitch those together into a little video and kind of show you guys the mirror side of this Grand Arena and show you kind of what he used on my defenses. Because looking at that score, you would think I had Ewoks down and Gear 8 Phoenix. I mean, he powered through me. So I'll show you guys what I had down for defense and what he used to take all those teams out. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.